So I'm Amy. I form part of the biology team here at Marine Dynamics and also with the Dyer Island Conservation Trust. And then on top of that, I do some of the shark cage diving. I work as a guide there, sort of educating the people on the boat and facilitating any interns that we have coming through with our academy. So we do have our scientific skills-based intern program, and yeah, we just get the next future lined up with their physical skills. So over here, just within our local bay, we do have our whale species. So we have three that do pass through. So that includes the southern rights, our humpback whales, and also the Brutus whales. And on top of this, we have our resident penguins over on Dyer Island, just over on our doorstep. Their neighbors are the Cape Fur seals. And then we do have our dolphin species too. So that can range from common dolphins to the bottlenose, and also the endangered Indian Ocean humpback dolphins, which are beautiful to see. Yes, of course. So for the bronze whalers, they weren't originally the icon species that we had here in the area. It was around 2017 that those sightings started to pick up, and that did coincide with the migration of the great whites out of the area. And yeah, for these bronze whalers, they are centered around the southern hemisphere. They grow to around 3.3 meters, so beautiful sharks. And one of the best things about them is their schooling behavior. So we do tend to see more than one individual around the cage, which is always fantastic for the viewings. Every trip that we have out on the water with our clients, that is also a research opportunity for us. So we do have our set data sheets. We'll count how many we have in the area, the different species as well. And all of this does go towards just understanding how many we have in the area. Currently, we're looking at the relationship between the dissolved oxygen and then also the temperature, seeing how that environment does affect the abundance of the sharks that we're seeing as well. And we do have our receivers just behind Dyer Island, so that forms part of the acoustic tracking array platform. So any of the acoustically tagged individuals, we have had some done in the past, just lets us know their residence time, what they're up to, and yeah, how far they're moving up the coastline, as well as that does form part of a pretty big network of over 2,200 kilometers of our South African coastline. Our kelp forests are just another world. So we do have our cat sharks and our shy sharks as well. So some of these main ones, they'll reach around a meter in length, and they typically, the most striking thing about them is their coloration. So they are benthic species, so it means they are able to rest along the bottom of the sea floor, use their gills for the purpose of buccal pumping, so very effective at avoiding predation. But some of the most striking ones we do have are the leopard cat shark. They have the rosettes along the top of their body, very similar to the way a leopard would, our pajama cat sharks, and then also we do have some puff adders and dark shy sharks too. So nice little ones to add to the mix as well. I would definitely say the reality of sharks is that there are multiple avenues that are sort of attacking them right now. So when it comes to the fishing industry, either directly or as a result of bycatch removing their food sources, those are pretty tragic when it comes to it. Sharks are still fished for the purpose of their meat, the purpose of the squalene, which is that liver oil, and that's utilized in products. And unfortunately, when it does come to bigger scale fishing, that line fishing, and then also the trawling, it's not very selective. So a lot of sharks are swept up in that. They aren't the target species, but unfortunately, they are facing the damage that does come with it too. So we do have that happening in our deeper waters. And then just the general stigma of sharks. A lot of the times, they're still seen as a threat in our waters. So their death is seen as a victory rather than the true value of them being our ecosystem service warriors within our ocean. So definitely a few different effects from that. Yeah, so I always see it as sharks are their own ambassadors. As soon as people see them, they've made up their mind. They see them naturally there in the waters, moving through, and it just takes away that idea that it is this big man-eating sort of predator within our waters. And they are graceful. They're fantastic to look at. And once you chat to them about the services that they provide to the wider ecosystem, it does broaden the view. And it's fantastic to see the comments after a trip saying, "My fear of sharks is gone." It turned from fear to fascination, which is always beautiful for us to hear. I would definitely say just my proximity to the ocean from a very young age. So living in the water, started off in tidal pools. Your curiosity just grows from that. And yeah, once you start asking the questions, you just want to know more. So I was a 6-year-old that knew that they wanted to be a marine biologist. And then once you start seeing figures like Sylvia Earle and David Attenborough, they make that accessible to you. And yeah, there was just a choice where I decided there's nothing else I would want to do in this world. So ocean is definitely my happy place.